I go and I'm like peeking over and I kind of like lean in and I don't see anyone. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here again. And today we're joined by my little baby Sydney. Welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. I hope you stay because it's really fun here, at least I think so. And today we are back with another day of the Ghosts Glam series where we do our makeup and I share with you a creepy, weird, paranormal story that I've experienced. And so we're in the middle of like a mini series within the series where I'm telling you about this house that I moved into with my mom and my sister when I was 14 going on 15. A lot of weird things happened in this house. I'm kind of like giving you little pieces here and there, and hopefully the whole story comes together at the end of the mini series within the series. Before we get into today's story, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so if you're into creepy, if you are into makeup, if you're into lifestyle content, if you're into story times, if you're into vlogs, or if you simply are just interested in how I'm going to be bringing awareness to the physical difference community and like showing how I live my life, my everyday life as a woman with a physical difference. So yeah, if you're into any of that content, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of October, which I think is pretty doable. So with that said, let's dive into the video for today. Yesterday I kind of gave you an overview of the girl that kept popping up in my dreams and just how weird it was, right? Today I'm gonna share with you a story that happened when I had some friends over. So as I was telling you from the beginning, I moved into this whole house, or we moved in. I keep saying I, but it was we moved into this house, the one that we're talking about, when I was 14 going on 15. And so we were making quinceañera prep. We were having the rehearsals for the dances. We were doing all the stuff basically, just like preparing for my quinceañera. And so there was always people at this house. And if you remember from the first video, like weird stuff happens in this house, from like you hear people going up and down the stairs, like footsteps, to the hallway bathroom, like the shower turning on for like 45 minutes and then turning off always at the same time. Lights, like the outdoor lights turning on at a certain time without them being actually programmed. My desktop just turned on, so that's a little weird. Anyways, just like weird stuff would happen, right, in this house. And so, like I said, we always had people over, friends were always over. And there was this one time in particular where I want to say it was like 3 of my friends and we were getting ready to go to a party. So we were all cute, all dressed up, you know, like 14-year-olds do. So we were all hanging out, we were in the living room, and we were trying to decide who was going to drive us. My mom wasn't home. She was coming home, but she wasn't home just yet. So we were like, oh my god, like, is my mom going to drive us? Or are we going to have someone else drive us? But point is, we were all hanging out in the living room. And if you remember the layout from the first video of this series, which was 2 days ago, the living room, it was like the entryway, the living room was straight up, and then you have the door to the backyard, and then the if you're like in the living room, front was the TV, to the side was a little bar area, and then it was the garage door, and then it was like the exit to the backyard. So pretty open layout. You could see the point is you could see everything from the living room. And so we were just sitting there and trying to decide, are we gonna go? Who's gonna take us? Blah, 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 whatever. And so we're talking when all of a sudden the alarm, the house alarm, goes off. And we just kind of looked at each other like, what? Did someone break in? But again, we could see everything. We could see the front door, we could see the garage, and we could see the back door. And the alarm went off pretty often. So we were just kind of like, what just happened? And I was like, oh, no, like, don't worry about it. Like, this happens all the time. So I go unarm the alarm, which I don't even know why it was on, because we were all in there. Maybe my mom had put it before she left. I really don't remember. But point is that I like unarm it, and I call my mom, and I'm like, hey, the alarm just went off. Like, no one's in here, whatever. And she's just like, okay, like, just make sure, like, you're good, and I'm on my way home. So she was on her way home, so we were just like, okay. At this point, my friends are a little bit freaked out, especially one of them. She's a little sketched out. But I'm just like, no, like, it's fine. Like, nothing happens. We're good. And I know we're good because the alarm always freaking goes off in this house. So I know nothing was actually happening. So we're sitting down and, like, we're talking, but there's a really, really off feeling in the room. And so I'm just kind of like looking around as we're all talking, but I'm trying not to make it obvious because I don't want to freak my friends out, right? So I'm just kind of like looking around low-key when all of a sudden we all jerk our heads towards the bar. And we look at each other. We're like, did you see that? At this point, my heart's like beating so fast because I'm like, oh my God, what if someone actually broke in? So I'm trying to call my mom, but my line is dead. So I'm just like, what the f-? Basically, what we saw, all three of us, was a man walking from the garage to the bar, and we saw this clear as day. And so we're all like looking at each other like, did you see that? What the f-? Someone broke in. That's what we're thinking. So me being the house liver, what is that word I'm trying to, like, the one that lives there, I was like, all right, I'm gonna check. And so I get up really, really carefully as to, I don't know what I was thinking. I was 14. Like, if someone broke in, no matter how sneakily you go, they're gonna, like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I go and I'm like peeking over and I'm kind of like lean in and I don't see anyone. And I was like, okay, well, there's a bathroom right next to the bar, like a half bathroom. And there's like behind the bar, like maybe they're crouching down there. I don't know. So I'm like looking at my friends and I'm like trying to look. And I like turn the lights on, of course. And like I go look and there's no one. I open the bathroom and there is absolutely no one. And then we realize the garage door never opened. So we saw a man go from the garage into the bar area without the door ever opening. Make that make sense? Right after the alarm went off. So after I check, I'm still trying to call my mom and my line's dead. But right after I check, turn the lights on, everything, the call goes through. And I don't remember if I told her what happened. I don't remember if I was just like, no, like hurry up, we're just really freaked out. I really don't remember. But I know that she got there shortly after and nothing was there. Like no one had broken in, nothing. So I remember my friends and I just like talking about it after, and we were just like, you saw that too, right? Like, we're not crazy. That was the biggest thing we kept asking each other, like, I'm not crazy, right? Like, you saw that too. And we all saw it. We kind of exchanged like what this man looked like, and we all agreed that it was like a man like 40s, and he was wearing a jacket and he was wearing a hat. That is all we were able to identify, and that was what we told each other. And here's the thing, like I said at the beginning of this series, like I am a skeptical believer. So I was like, we're all young. We may be feeding off each other's energy and we may just be like going along with it. I don't know. I was trying to make sense of it, but nothing really was making sense. And so we were just like, you know what? That happened. Cool, moving on, trying not to think about it. So we ended up going to the party, and when we come back from the party, my best friend's sleeping over as usual, and my other good friend is sleeping over as well. And we are hanging out in my room and we are just watching MTV. We are watching, I don't know what show we're watching, but we're watching MTV. And it was like they were playing a show. I don't know what the hell we were watching. But we were just chilling, you know what 14-year-olds do when they have a sleepover. We're talking crazy shit. We're just chatting. When all of a sudden the lights go out and we look at each other because we had just, experienced the thing we experienced earlier with the alarms. We look at each other like, what the fuck? So we quickly use our little iPhones as flashlights. And we are like, should we go wake up my mom? Like, what should we do? And we can't decide what to do. We're like, this house is so creepy. Plus, we have to go down the hallway to get to my mom's room. And then they were like, oh, like, you go get your mom. And I was like, absolutely fucking not. I am not going to go down there by myself. And so we're like, okay, like, maybe we'll go together. And I look at the time. We're trying to figure out if we're going to go or not. So I look at the time, and it's like 2:55 or like 2:50 a.m. And I remember being like, we have to make a decision because if that clock hits 3 a.m., we are not going anywhere. And so we end up deciding that we are going to go and get my mom. And so all three of us go. And obviously they sending me first, but we're all like holding on to each other. Well, not me because they're behind me, but they're holding on to each other's back. So my friend's holding my back, and then my other friend's holding her back. And so we go down, trying to find my eyebrow stuff. And so we go down, we book it down the hallway because we're like, we are not going to stop for no ghost in this hallway. Like, it's just not happening. So we book it down the hallway, and I'm like knocking on my mom's door, like, mom. She's like, what's up? Come in, whatever. So we go in, and we're like, she's like asleep. Like I said, it's like 2 a.m, almost 3. So I'm like, Mom, like the lights went off, all this stuff. And she's like, oh, maybe it's like a shortage. Like maybe it's just like an outage, not a shortage. Maybe it's an outage, like go back to sleep. And we're like, no, like whatever. So we literally, I don't know why, we all go outside to see if the other houses have lights. We're looking around, we're like, it's only this house that's like the lights are out, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. We get back in the house, and my mom's like, okay, we'll just like light a candle, like you guys will be fine. My mom was so annoyed that we woke her up. So my mom lights a candle, and as soon as she lights that thing, the lights come back on. No explanation as to why. No, nothing. Like, they're back on. And like I said, it was just our house that the lights were off according to the streets. And yeah, so we go back upstairs. We instantly go to sleep. And that was that. But now at this point, we have the girl in my dreams, the little boy that peeks in, the woman calling the names, and now we have the dad or the man going into the bar. So you're catching the drift as to what is happening in this house. That was like really weird. I experienced that with 3 of my good friends at the time. One of them is still really, really close to me. My sister, my soul sister forever. But yeah, just really weird stuff happened in that house. And this is probably one of the weirdest things. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What you think it was. Did someone actually break in and they were just really good at hiding? Do you think it was a spirit? And if it is, like, I don't know. I just want to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this story time or this makeup look, which we went kind of natural, simple, let me know. No, don't let me know. I mean, you can let me know, but I meant to say subscribe. Help me reach 100 subscribers by the end of October. I will see you next time. I have no cool outro for this one. I don't think any of my outros are cool, but I have nothing to say right now. Just go be cool. I don't know. I never know how to end these videos, so I just say bye, subscribe, I love you, and if you want to connect, find me on Instagram at Ruby Skeleton. Let me know if you've ever experienced something creepy like that. Alright, I will see you tomorrow for day number whatever we're on. Bye.